Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boys, Sophisticated Jerk and them three in here.
What's up?
So today, man, you know how we do it, man. We be doing some breakdowns and stuff, always clowning, having fun and stuff. But man, been a big topic with what's her name, Sadia Khan,
hmm
floating around here. So she been getting exposed, man. You know, she was on a dating guru. I think that's what she was kind of supposedly supposed to have a psychological degree and all that.
Yeah.
So definitely, I ain't gonna lie, man. She said some good stuff in her like clips that you would see floating around. Where I'm the type of person, man, regardless if I believe somebody or not, if they say some truth, I'm gonna acknowledge the truth.
hmm
But I know you're on the same boat, M3. When we seen in a lot of the female content creators, we're like, man, you got to kind of take them with a grain of salt because, it was the red pill grift. You know, I think a lot of females saw like a lot of guys were gullible, naive, and if they was pretty, they were like, you know what, man, if I come in these spaces and I echo back a lot of stuff, you know what, they're gonna throw that paper at me. So I mean, that's why I always just been cautious with them. And plus, I seen she was charging dudes like 8,000 for consultation. I'm like, not to be mean, because I think you can get some knowledge for a female, but it's just like I think if you're truly trying to build as a man, you need to go get like that knowledge from a guy that's got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And that's who you get a consultation from. Somebody that's like, on a basis that they got the outcomes that you want. So when I see guys getting these consultations from a female dating coach, I think a lot of times, man, they just want to act like they want the consultation to try to fuck, So I think that's why guys do it, because they think like, okay, if I go in there, I'll be vulnerable and we have some conversations, she might start liking me. Because it just don't make no sense from a standpoint of, a man trying to hit that, pinnacle of masculinity. And then you're going to talk to a female and shit about, what you need to do to become a man. What's your thoughts on that about these female grifters?
So, as I always say, like the most dangerous man is like an emotional man.
Oh
Now,
shit.
same thing to equivalent with a female grifter, or I'll say like a woman who is red pill is a dangerous woman because it's like she now knows the game from the inside out from a male's perspective, but she also realized how easy it is to win us over. And all she has to do is just do the three things, right? Be fit, friendly, and feminine. You know, and they could just use like the power of those three to like pretty much to trick us into thinking that she's like wifey material. Thinking that she is a good selection. And the thing is too, because she's a pretty woman, um, is the more pretty you are, the easier it is for her to manipulate men. Unfortunately, when you have like these type of grifters, like look, I'm a little biased, right? Um, if I needed to get advice, I'll seek advice like from a guy, just like you said, a guy who got this stuff together. Um, I cannot see myself getting advice from a woman who cannot really relate to me, who has never been in my shoes before, and now wants to try to play the team for men as if you know us very well. I can't just take advice from one because I do got to take it from a grain of salt. And a lot of times, you got to be careful with like with these female like red pill dating gurus because they're not really in it for like to really help us out. They're in it to like to grift things out. So I wasn't surprised like to hear some of the things that she got exposed from by Auburn Preach as well.
Yeah, nah, definitely, man. Yeah, like you said, they coming for the cash out. And then I'm not one of them people that push marriage, because I think, man, you got to make a decision what you want. But I think a lot of times it's funny when female dating gurus, it's like, it's so easy for a female to get a guy. So when they don't have a man and they pretty,
hmm
already that's like a red flag to me. Because it's just almost one of those things where it's just like, I know we all typically know like a pretty female, especially if they're coming off classy. It's like, you should have a lot of suitors, and you should, if you're saying like you're high value, you should be in proximity of like guys that got money. So it shouldn't be that much of an issue for you to land one. So typically, if they're struggling, it's like they have bad personality. They're either too high maintenance, or they got like a bad name in that inner circle of them guys, where guys typically, we have that locker room talk. They like, hey, that's some easy shit. Just go get you some. Don't settle down with her. She's for the streets. So that stuff's in the background. So it falls in one of those three buckets. So already when you hear a female and they're coming off and they're supposed to have all this insight, and you're like, damn, you ain't got no man? Okay. You either high maintenance, like I said, you for the streets, and everybody knows that around that community, they all breaking you off, or, you just got that bad behavior where it's just like, I can't deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
Or I forgot the other bucket. It's just like they have so much high preferences because if they are actually like, say, high, they're high earning and they're pretty, they want a high earning guy that's making money too. So it's just like, such a small percentage of people that probably meets their preferences where they're just delusional at that point. So I forgot about that other category. So yeah, that's one of the biggest red flags. But, so yeah, I was shocked with Sadia Khan. Like I said, I definitely think she was a little more polished how she came out. But like I said, when she started talking, a lot of times, I always gave the red pill pushback. I was like, hey, man, it's a trick philosophy. I was like, you guys are too gullible. I was like, y'all pedestalize women. Because you go back and look at some of the debates I have with people, I'm like, I told them this. I'm like, you guys are all going to get schemed by people because, man, you pedestalize females too much. I was like, all they got to do is send a pretty girl. Y'all going to listen, and y'all damn near throwing y'all wallets at them and shit. So they all kind of caught on and stuff. Because like you said, all they really men require is fit, friendly, and feminine. And I used to always give a pushback. I'm like, man, y'all better have more requirements like that, because they're going to come and, man, they'll be like chameleons for a little bit. Then once they get these dudes, they either get pregnant or once they get the marriage, man, they do the cash out and they go get the guy that they really like. So, yeah, men are starting to wake up because, like, there's been so many scandals with, I'll say people that in the red pill community, whether it's men or females, and people starting to catch on a little bit more. But shout out to Abba and them, man. They did a great job, like, breaking it down. And I think, man, karma always comes back, because it's like, if you're fraudulent, the information is eventually going to leak. So I guess it just caught up with her at this point.
And I'm for sure like the guy like who the married man like who she was like messing with. I'm for sure like the dude like he probably got some type of bread, but I'm for sure like compared to her, he wasn't like balling like that. And you never know, like really what it boils down to is like this. It boils down to attraction, man. And a lot of these guys, right, especially these tricks, they don't really understand that. Like I know they feel like money is like an easy resource to get women to corroborate with you. But to be honest with you, if you want to actually like, put in like a little bit of work into it, all you gotta do, man, is just like enhance your looks, enhance like your charisma, learn how to actually talk to a woman. But I mean, some people like, you just want to hit it and quit it and pay for prostitutes. I get it. Do your own thing. But for people who are trying like to like get into like these like relationships or committed relationships or have like multiple relationships, I mean, when it boils down to it, you just gotta understand the psychology of a woman. And it's really basic and simple. Basically, women see you for who you are. The more you paralyze them, the more like it's like if the more you treat them like a celebrity, the more like they'll treat you like a fan. And I don't care if they're pretty or not. If you treat them the same way if you treat a pretty woman the same way how you'll have the attitude to treat like an average woman or an ugly woman, a lot of times they're gonna really respect you because you're gonna be saying no to a lot of things. All you have to do is be the man to say no, to like whatever they man or wherever they want. And when they realize that you cannot really be persuaded by like the power of the box or the looks, that's how you win like most people over. You just gain the respect. That's all it's to it.
Yeah, dude in this that she was messing with. See, a lot of the females, they try to be slick because they know how to play the male's ego. So they'll be like, oh, the guys I talk to are high value. But in all reality, a lot of them guys are just tricks. And this dude, like, you could tell he probably had money because she was like, well, he was known for being a playboy and he had 5 or 6 girlfriends, which she kind of exposed some stuff when she said that. But in some of the text messages, he's talking about like getting her pregnant and shit. So when she kind of, those texts were exposed, you know, he's not high value because a dude that had like options, he ain't trying to get no side chick pregnant. So you could tell this was like a goofy motherfucker that just had money, probably was attracting a bunch of chicks, kind of like Sadia, where it's just like they all coming at him for the pocket. So he probably had a lot of bread, but they was there just for the money and stuff. That's why even Sadia, she kind of exposed herself. She was like, yeah, he was known to be a playboy. So why would the fuck, if you're supposed to be a high value woman, you intentionally going to mess with a dude that had like, that was known to have like multiple women. So you was on some high level hoe shit, you know, and she just wanted to get that bread. So that's where a lot of the guys, that's like I said, I had a lot of pushback for Red Pill because I'm like, you know, their message was like, man, get your money up, which I agree, man, get your paper, but you're supposed to get your money up for, you know, yourself, and you're supposed to protect your money. But they're like, oh, you pay for everything, you do this and this. And I'm like, man, y'all about to get laced up by these chicks. You know, so that was my whole point with it. I'm like, man, nah, you can't just go and leave with your money, you know, and that's why I said it's like a trick philosophy. That's why I was like, nah, you make a chick, make sure she invests in you, because once a woman that will invest in you, she's not there to use you or take advantage and, you know, screw you over. So that's the concept they couldn't grasp, but they're starting to see now, because like every time like a female's going to take these dudes, especially a lot of these rich ones, because we cover a lot, you know, it is what it is at that point. But let's go ahead, let's jump into this video, man, because yeah, we're gonna shout out to Abba, man. Abba at this point, he's no longer a content creator. This motherfucker's a journalist. Hey, the way he kind of broke this down and he caught her up, I was like, hey, he kind of nice with it. We gotta give him his props on this one. Yeah, he was clean with it. I was like, damn, okay, shit. Shout out to he about to get on CNN and shit.
Everywhere, from my understanding.
Okay, so it's got my team's number on there. And I just don't know how to make it go away. But is there a way that we can avoid talking about the screenshots altogether?
I interviewed Sadia.
Gave that white flag.
Oh,
she was,
snap.
That's right. If you guys don't know who she is, she's a self-proclaimed licensed psychologist who offers people counseling and relationship advice and therapy. She was recently outed, turning out to be a side chick to some rich dude in Dubai, which she vehemently denies. I had the chance to interview her, and what you need to know is that she's a pathological liar.
damn.
I already knew this lady was a fraud from my deep research. Here are the fast facts. Fact number 1, is she a psychologist? Absolutely not. She's not licensed anywhere, has not been. Fact number 2, she lies about her education. I went to her LinkedIn, she's got things noted, she's mentioned them to me personally. But after I did some digging, I found out that this girl has a bunch of Photoshop degrees that she just carries around and posts places online. Fact number 3,
Damn,
she
that's
claims
fucked up.
that a lot of this stuff was doctored in regards to her being a side chick, the screenshots of the text messages.
There's a screenshot's completely fake.
What are you going to do about it? I'll suck his dick if you have an attitude.
What I can tell you is that I happen to have access to some screenshots that are not public. And when I showed her, she looked a little distraught.
So these screenshots are not everywhere, from my understanding. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. And who's that from?
And when I showed her, she looked a little distraught. She looked a little scared. And I said, you have nothing to be scared about. I appreciate your second skills. And these text messages are great.
You did not say that.
I sure did. Now, fact number 4, despite claiming to be a psychologist, she does go and harass people and flames them in the most disgusting way. I've been buttering up to get her comfortable to do this interview. I've been told it's unfair what people are doing to you. I've blocked some of the people. They've come through with false allegations, and I want to be able to talk to you about them. The first time that I tried to do the interview, she bailed last second, but then I came back around. It's not fair how they're treating you. The way I set up this interview is first.
See, he did one of her moves. He played to her ego and shit. So that's that was pretty clever. She was like, "Oh, I got me an ally." She was like, "Let me go on his fucking mistake." But let me get back to the video.
I just get her to lay out her facts. I didn't accuse her or nothing. I didn't say anything. I'm like, a lot of people say some of these degrees are fake. Tell me. I know some of her facts are not true, but I wanted her to be able to say it so that if I confront them afterwards, I'd be like, well, this is what you just said 5 minutes ago. Can you explain this?
Thank you for taking the time to speak.
So here's where they get to the
I can't
side
actually
chicks.
say anything because unfortunately, in Dubai, they're so strict with everything. If you say anything, just I'm going to send you the PowerPoint so you can understand again.
PowerPoint?
And because it's like not properly, but so just if
Damn, so she did a whole PowerPoint presentation with the allegations. She was like, "Look, I'm coming to plead my case."
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of ill when you got a PowerPoint to like motherfucking back yourself up. That's some narcissist shit.
Right, for real.
That's when you know you fucked up. You got a PowerPoint. You was like, man, bullet point, text message, bullet point. She was like, fuck that. I'm gonna frame this shit. Yeah, she must have died like Abba was on some sucker shit. She was like, yeah, okay, he's simping. Let me put this PowerPoint together. Yeah, that's crazy.
allegation by allegation, just so you.
So the voice message is what is like? Is it fake? It's not you. It's AI generated. I don't know.
So now we move on to the cheater infidelity allegations. The one where she's a
shit.
side piece.
Who else has a side chick on this level? Gives them no stress. Told you I'm such a side chick. No way. No way.
What are you going to do about it? I'll suck it if you have an attitude, and I can do it today if I want to.
Go
And
on.
I can do it on your wedding day and your
Alright.
birthday.
Okay, well,
and the
we'll
days
see.
After.
Okay.
I've been in situations where he's been with you in a social setting. He'll call me after.
And then I ask her specifically about the voice message where she talks about sucking dick very aggressively.
Screenshots and everything, we've actually traced it from Dubai police. They were able to give us the names. I worked with a particular person in 2021. I was in a relationship, but he was really, really into me. He used to always call me, always be like this. He was in a relationship as well. He was like a bit obsessed with me or whatever, but he wasn't in one relationship. He was in like 5, 6 different girls. He's a player like in Dubai, successful, those kind of people. And one girl called me.
But see, that's where she kind of slipped up right there because I didn't catch it. I was like listening to a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, she tried to put herself in a position of like, you know, like she was the kind of the prize. But then when she slipped up and gave the background, like, whoa, he had 4 or 5 women. He was obsessed with me, but he had 4 or 5 women. Oh, he was in a relationship. I'm like, man, that don't sound like a motherfucker that's really obsessed. That sounds like a man that's trying to add on to the roster. You know, he saw another bum bitch and he was like, hey, you want to join the team? Like, so it just sounded like a dude that just wanted another chick. So yeah, he wasn't too obsessed. I could see if he was like, you know, he had no chicks and he was just like all into her, following her day in and day out. Then yeah, you could be like, he's obsessed. But the fact that like he had that many, he had a stable. He was like, you know, you're pretty and you're cute. I do want you on the team, but come join. And you know, at the end of the day, if he wasn't calling your phone, calling anybody else you like that you were messing with, leaving messages and talk about, you know, he'll do all this like stuff. And so it's like she's kind of really the assess one if you kind of, you know, being unbiased and looking at it like that.
Yeah, she's basically just hole number 7. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, like without painting herself into that light, well, she just pretty much like just spoke out and said, look, you know, in an indirect way, like I'm willing to be a side chick number 7 or 8, 9, or 10 for a guy who I'm really attracted to. And I don't care if he's married or have a woman or doing cheating or whatever. I'm willing to like throw my integrity, my company on the line just so I could be with this type of person.
Yeah, nah, facts. Because she was just like, hey, I'm willing to be one of many. So, but I mean, she was always picturing herself like the classy woman. I'm a high value woman. So the fact that you like you said, you number 6 and 7, you ain't really got that much damn pride. If you that low on the roster and shit, and willingly put yourself in that position. So that's the funny part. I don't think a lot of people caught that. So I didn't hear nobody talking about it like that. But when I heard it, I was like, damn. I was like, so you knew like my man was a playboy. So at first I was like, shit, homie got a little bit of game if he's pulling it like this, and he got her on you know, wilding out like this, like calling on the phone. But then when she kind of goes through the text message, I was like, oh shit, we got ourselves a trick. So that's really what it is. So I'm telling you, I think she was trying to do Brittany Renner's playbook, because she's going to get to it in the text. But I think, yeah, she saw, because this is why I always try to tell guys to be careful with their money. Because a lot of females, that's money hungry. And really, that's all she is. That's probably why she moved to Dubai. She was like, shit, I'm struggling out here. My ribs touching. I got these fake degrees. I got to go over here and cash out. So she saw him. He probably had a lot of, you know, females. He was probably one of those guys that chased his desire a lot, you know. So she spotted that and was like, okay, I could get him slipping. So, you know, that's when they put the baby on somebody, or, you know, get the cash out, where they either, like I said, they'll get pregnant, or, you know, they'll get the information and like try to blackmail the person. So that's why guys got to be careful. And that's why I was like, hey, man, you got to be careful with your desires, because y'all thinking, you know, these dudes think that they got game, but they're bringing in the wrong type of women. So that's why she's sitting there blabbering to his fiance, where she could have just played it off if she had some intelligence. So this is why guys always be in bad situations, because, you know, she's just wilding out. She's like, oh, I'll suck his dick. And he was like calling me when he was with you. So she's just, you know, boxing him in because he's messing with crazy women. So yeah, she definitely exposed a lot in these recordings. But we'll jump back into it, because they about to get to the text messages.
And she was just like, oh, by the way, are you talking to this person? And I was just like, what are you talking about? No, I do not talk to him. And who are you to call me? And ask him, like, talk the whole, no, I don't have a memory of this conversation. I only did it when I started digging.
So she doesn't have a memory of this conversation.
But let me tell you more about it.
And mind you, this happened in 2021.
And I said, I don't touch your man. And this is my nature, right? This is honestly my nature. If I wanted to, I could suck his dick on your wedding day. If I wanted to, I could have your man. He's called me when he's in social situations saying, oh, you're so boring without you, blah, blah, this, that, and the other. So I was saying, if I wanted to, I could do all of this.
But so just to be clear, in 2021, you didn't have a relationship with this person. You guys weren't.
Never had a relationship with this person.
Now, I had screenshots, but I needed to tie it to her. The screenshots I had.
Well, before she did kind of say like they had a relation, but then she kind of jumped to like, because she was like, yeah, we had a relation, but you know, he was a playboy also. So yeah. She's kind of, I think because she's under pressure a little bit, that's why she's kind of messing up. But it's just like now she finally admitted, yeah, we didn't have a relationship. But I mean, even her to be like, this is my nature. Your nature is to say ho shit when you're mad. Like, because, you know, like, man, my nature ain't never to be no sucker. I'm never going to say no sucker shit under pressure. So, yeah, for the fact that her mind just goes to that when she's upset, like, oh, I can suck his dick whenever I want to. That's kind of out the realm of a female that's kind of classy or really like high value. That wouldn't be the first like shit that's going to come to their mind to get back at somebody. You know, they would have been smart enough, like, hey, I talk to your man. We don't even mess like that. Click. But to be like, yeah, I could suck his dick at your wedding night and shit like that. I'm like, damn, that's the type of time you really on then.
I would expect like someone like Brittany Renner to say some off the wall stuff, especially her mother. But
yeah,
bro,
no, that's facts. Yeah.
Again, from someone who, but again, you know, I'm not trying to spoil much or whatever, right? For once I haven't seen it, but within that video, she does speak about her own character personally, you know, and that's like kind of the only honest thing that she ever said, which makes sense to why like she carries a type of unprofessionalism, you know. Oh
yeah, no doubt. That's why I said she put on a good show. But I mean, yeah, that's why I was like, man, you just can't take people's presentation, man. You got to make sure that's why I said, make them invest in you, and you got to monitor that shit. You got to make sure that shit line up with their actions. So a lot of money hungry girls, man, the good thing about, I try to tell dudes about the whole making them invest in you, make them spend some bread with you instead of just coming there taking, because a woman like Sadia can't hold frame to that for a long time. They won't even sign up for it, honestly. They'd be like, oh, hell nah, I'm out here to gain. Fuck that. So you weed those type of women out off the rip. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to it though.
Had a specific phone number on them. We didn't know who that phone number belonged to. The person who sent them in saying, "Oh, she was my fiance," she claims it belonged to Sadia, but we didn't have proof. So Watch this next part.
Also, just to confirm, I was given like 2 different numbers. I have one here. I don't know which one might be yours or maybe like the assistant that says 9749. Is that wrong?
3719?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Do you see the way she said the last digits? Why is that important? That means she has the number in front of her. I didn't say the last numbers. She finished. How would you know that number?
How would you know?
That's a number you use often. She didn't just say one number. She said 3-4 different last numbers.
Yeah.
That means she fucks that number a lot. That's the fucking number that was sending all them texts claiming to be Sadia. So you wasn't a side chick? Huh? You just DMing this nigga pictures of yourself? But the con doesn't end.
But secondly, I was in a relationship. I was not with in his side chick.
I'm going to show y'all these nasty, raunchy screenshots that might turn you on, but also make you disgusted. The best kind of erection. I'm going to show y'all these screenshots.
Boy!
Y'all can see how your favorite dating coach really be out here in these streets.
God damn.
But yeah, we can have sex on Saturday.
Shut up, man.
Have fun. See you soon, gorgeous. You owe me dick, by the way.
Coming to give it to you. Wait there.
I'm waiting. But let's aim for not going back, though.
You never left.
No, babe. You never left.
Nah, I'm getting you pregnant.
Might as well.
Not looking after it, though.
What could go wrong except everything?
So
See, that was the point where I was like, oh, this sucker, he trying to knock her up. So yeah, he ain't no dude with no game. You ain't supposed to get the side chick pregnant. So yeah, he was also on some nut shit right there. But yeah, that's why I'm like that. But that's what I'm saying. I think she was. That's why I said she tried to do the Brittany Renner special, like go and drop this baby on me and kick off that bread at this point, or she'll marry him and make herself look official and shit. But yeah, she was trying to do the Brittany Renner playbook. Yeah, my man, he's wilding though. See, that's what I'm saying. He was sloppy because for him to be like doing all this and trying to get him pregnant, that's why I was like, yeah, he definitely ain't no high value male. He got a mindset. Oh, I'm gonna get you pregnant. Like, who the fuck talks like that?
Yeah, see, and this is the problem for most of us guys right now. Even if it's not monetary things, you're still giving your time. You're still giving them your energy. It's like a woman could see, man, like when you're really, really like thirsty. And I feel like if guys just break that mold, stop being thirsty, but actually have requirements for women to do. Like for me, I'm gonna just put it like this, right? A woman must break bread. You know what I mean? She gotta break bread. If I'm gonna invest my time, spend time or whatever, you gotta do the same. And you have to challenge them on that. You have to be like vocal about it, but you gotta see like, okay, like where they truly stand at. And if they don't really stand on like anything that's immoral, if they don't have no integrity, these are the type of women that you could just easy spot and just discard.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because I mean, to even play with putting a baby on somebody, man, that's 18 years, and you got a glimpse of how she responds to like pressure when she's like talking to his fiance. So this dude wouldn't have been fucked, you know, because that's where she's really revealing her personality. And like you said, towards the end, we're gonna get there eventually, but she starts exposing her personality, and this is gonna be the type that's gonna make your life hell if she don't kind of get her way and shit like that. So yeah, dude's got to be careful, man. I don't know what that I think they try to put what they call it, putting receipts on a chick when they have babies with them. But it's like, man, after the thrill is gone, you got to live with that mug, good or bad, for 18 years, whatever situation that pans out to be. So yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, dude ain't got no game at that point. I was like, oh, this is a trick. He trying to put babies on these hoes. So yeah, I was like, all right, yeah, he's a sucker. She spotted a sucker and played into his, like I said, his desire to have like multiple women. So yeah, they all eating off of him. But yeah, let's get back to this.
One of the ways she denied being in this relationship is like, she's like, oh, well, I got married in 2022. I have my marriage certificate. My husband, he was never fiancé, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes on to say, we froze her embryos in her sperm in 2022. I'm like, well, all this happened in 2021. So what does that have to do with this? And maybe the guy's not your husband. Maybe it was the guy before him. I don't know. Maybe you cheat on your husband. I don't know.
It's just throwing shit.
She's throwing random shit.
she you know, she's Robin Thicke. Blurred lines.
Oh, that's good. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That was good. That's good. That one I give you.
So these screenshots are not everywhere, from my understanding. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. And who is that from?
This was like, I guess, a screenshot from a video. So whoever sent this, I guess she was taking screenshots of sorts or taking pictures while she was like scrolling through.
Right. Okay. So it's got my teen's number on there. Because that's the number that you get.
She says it's her teen's number. So this number is not her. It's her teen. The team that nobody knows exists. Nobody's ever seen them. It just sounds like it's her texting.
Okay. So it's got my.
Yeah, that size she gave said it all. She's like, "Fuck, this motherfucker got me." She was like, "This motherfucker clever." And when she's talking about Sadia's team number, what she means by team is one of her split personalities. They ain't no goddamn team. Who the fuck like just using somebody else's phone like that? That would just send some random pictures like that, just trying to like act like she wants some dick. Because even if somebody's mad at you, I don't think that this whole type of thing is gonna come to their mind to do all this. So yeah, it's just like, man, just own up to the shit. But like, look, man, I'm a freak. The guy had his he had his money together. He was high value. She could have like spun it, but yeah, I wonder what her husband, if she's married to somebody else, that motherfucker's a sucker.
Teen's number on there.
She was fucked, bro. Oh, all my lies are useless now.
Play that shit again.
I made sure too. I did this at the end because this is where the energy and the whole thing changed.
Shift.
Because she's telling people behind the scenes that she never texted this man, that these are all AI. But these pictures here prove that it's not AI.
It's not AI.
So this is like a Teams thing. So your team texts people from this number?
They've got my group WhatsApp, and they put all my WhatsApp people that join my 3M and the people that join that. Because that number is available, like if you join the WhatsApp, anyone can have that number. That number is available.
What do you mean it's available? I don't know. What does that mean?
Well, as soon as you join the free calls or you sign up to be in a 3M program, they put you into a WhatsApp group, and that WhatsApp group has that number.
So what? Anybody in that WhatsApp group can text someone else?
Anybody in that WhatsApp group can have that number.
What?
So if you text that, what?
Every person that joined the 3M program, the 8K program, every single person in that joined a WhatsApp groups, different WhatsApp groups for which tier you're on.
Yeah, she's nervous.
And
that's why she's stumbling all over.
They will be able to, trace. They will be able to get that number, but then it just doesn't look good on me because it's still linked to my team, and
She said, depending on what team you're on.
Yes, because in her head, we're talking about the teams, talking about what we're doing.
No.
I disagree. I think having researched how WhatsApp groups functions,
no,
I do that, and long feeling shrimp. Trying to fare better. Tamuche follow and fortune down.
Oh, sipetao, tipetao, sadate.
Sipetao. Missy Elliott in the building. This is her claim that everyone in the WhatsApp group gets access to this free number, and as a result, so,
no.
Okay, maybe that's true. What does WhatsApp have to do with iMessage?
It probably won't go through, or it probably will go through, but like my phone's right here. If you were to message that number now, it won't ring or anything, but it's still, who knows what will go on from there.
What?
So
what?
I know. Like, this is her. This is like all from the same number. Now, her next claim, when she comes back 5 minutes later and she returns to this topic, is that.
Yeah, let me pause real quick. But yeah, she's stumbling. So yeah, she's like, shit.
I didn't even look like that in 2021.
So this is in I'm just going to get the dates out. I'm sorry, like I'm just have to get the dates. And that's May 22. So in 2021, these are terrible pictures, but you get the idea that they're kind of different.
Those filter pictures? No, she did not.
So she's trying to claim it's not her.
She did
but I'm
not.
like, lady, we already have you using body waste filters. It looks like when you sent those pictures you use filters, and you've admitted to using filters.
They're kind of different to
the images. I mean, listen, people, even with that, I'm sure some people will probably still look at this and go, but
do as much as he can. So I just need to, get ahead of it.
I've got more. See you soon.
Oh yeah, so this is her, her setting up meetups with the guy. So this is not just her sending angry messages to piss the lady off for insulting her. This is her setting up dates
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can freeze right
to
there.
piss the lady off for insulting her. This is her setting up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says you going to sleep soon, pretty soon. Where you at? White. No, LOL, just dinner. Leave it soon. But you might be tired. I'll be asleep by the time you are done. Probs, just bring it to work. I'll bring it tomorrow. I want to lick your vagina though. Damn. Okay. Yeah, my man talk about eating it.
Yeah, and then this is where the Arab guy's like, "I want to lick your vagina." He's like, "Stay awake. I'll be home soon." So she,
Okay.
she's a side
yeah.
chick, very excited to be so.
But all right, let me skip to this last part of this whole thing.
In context, the kind of stuff that she says to people, I will let you see it first.
Oh yes, please do. I have an idea, but
No, you don't.
I did a story on her the other day because she edits her videos and I thought it was very funny. I criticized her in the video because it was very obvious that she puts waist filters on any video where her full body is shown. And in a lot of her videos, she's talking about how much self-confidence she has. But when I called her out, she lost her goddamn mind. Now it's been about 48 hours and she has spent the last 2 days accusing my followers of being animal addicts, being cheaters, being prostitutes, and everything in between. But today she started a new trend. These are videos that my followers sent me.
And that's crazy.
This person left a comment on her page, and she tried to call them via audio 4 or 5 times. And then when they wouldn't pick up, she left the threatening message that you'll see scroll by here. Pick up, or I'm going to post your address online. And here's another one from another one of my following. Pick up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Pick up. Calling over and over and over and over again.
Photoshop a bit better, Karen. We can see the curves in the wall. Not everyone is raised to be a sleut. Shut up. My content isn't for hoes. Get off my page. Kind regards. I asked her, is this kind of behavior becoming of a therapist?
I would just say that in general, just because as somebody's a surgeon doesn't mean that outside of their work they have to cut people's bodies open.
My girl. I can tell you this much: if a surgeon acts like you,
so you're not a bus driver,
I do. Overall, I completely agree. There's no point in me defending it because I completely agree. It's something I've been told for years, but I have this, and this is 100% my nature. You can ask my husband who's right here. I can't, and because I've been bullied so much my whole life.
Again, always a victim.
So that guy's got to be on some like. That's why she's probably so big on that timeline, trying to have that separation, because it seemed like there might be some overlap. So a homeboy, that's why I said he better wisen up. That's why she's spiraling out of control, because that dude might be walking, because that's fucked up. For her to be like, oh, I'll suck his dick and be talking like that, and you just imagine you the dude that married this chick because she presented herself well. You got to be like, damn, you was a straight hoe out here like that?
Yeah, I'll be devastated.
And by how she's kind of talking, he probably got a little bit of paper, some prestige and stuff. So yeah, he's looking like a straight up sucker. But that's why, man, these types be dangerous, man, because they past will come back to haunt you, man. That's why I was like, man, you better like ask these questions, because a lot of guys be like, oh, you shouldn't be asking a female what her body count or her past is. That's why I'm like, man, stop listening to them motherfuckers. Just because they don't have no requirements, shit, you better do your digging and see who the fuck you about to give your last name to, because they mess around, have a bad background, and been involved in some sloppy shit. It's like, man, that stuff could play out and impact you in public, have you looking foolish. So yeah, damn that.
Yeah.
She said she has an anger.
Now, what was you saying?
No, I said, I definitely agree, man. Like, this is what happens, man. Like, when you get up into the content creator space and you don't hold your integrity, like, behind you. If you're just, like, out there for the money to try to grift off and you think it's going to be easy, well, you're going to get a rude awakening.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's why I tell people, I'm like, man, you ask them questions. They don't want to answer them, assume the worst. If somebody's like, oh, I'm not answering that, why are you answering it? Oh, that's beta. You know how people try to throw you off and shame you to not try to like dig into their to their past or they don't want to be transparent, I'd be like, assume the worst. And that's your right not to answer anything, but that's my right to walk away at that point. Because if somebody don't want to answer certain things, I'm good on that. I'm just going to assume the worst, and I'm going to be like, hey, you have a nice time. This is where we separate, and you go your own certain way. And I guarantee you go 99.9% of the time you dodging a bullet. Because the reason why people don't want to answer questions is because that shit is bad. But yeah, let's finish this out, and we'll jump into the next topic.
Stuff like,
Okay,
man,
sure.
you're a therapist. You
Then
can't
do
afford
therapy.
therapy.
All the connects, all the contacts to do something about that, my girl.
And I'll have you know, after this call was done, she went right back to shitting on people.
Damn.
Nonstop.
I wasn't doing psychology. 100%, I would be a drug dealer. There is no other job role on this planet that suits my personality more because I am so fearless. I have a very poor work ethic. I am unprofessional, and I don't respect the law.
Yes.
I'm
Good,
like,
good. Yes.
Yes, we know.
Yes.
Come out the closet.
Hey, the first thing you said that was actually honest. Congratulations. You can do it.
That's it. Set it free. I lied about being a therapist. I lied about being a psychologist. I lied
Master's
about
degrees,
having
not
licenses.
existence.
I lied and I was tricking. Just say it.
law schmo, it's fine. We'll get away with it. It's not a problem. So I just got super lucky that all praise be to God, I'm a girl and I didn't come from that kind of background or whatever it is. But in another life, 100%, I would be in rehab or jail by now.
Damn.
I seem okay, but deep down, I just want to marry for money and never go back to work.
Damn, I didn't even see that part. So yeah, that kind of
All right.
that pretty much solidifies what we was talking about. Yeah, she was looking for that paper. So whoever that husband is, shit, she in your pockets.
Just try to get that easy come up so she can retire from her YouTube thing or whatever. But again, unfortunately, like because of her looks, there's always going to be like you know, a chick that's out there just waiting, you know, to shower her with flowers and shower her with financials. You just can't wait to spend the money on her because they feel like she's already the prize, and so they feel like they got to earn that trophy. When in reality, it's like when you kind of see like what value that you actually bring, and most men like they bring like a whole lot. And I'm talking about like the working class man. You gotta want something better.
But you know the sad thing, man, and this is why, man, we always tell guys, it's like, man, you got to get the one that actually likes you, man, where she's just like, this is the guy that like I desire, I want, I'm willing to work with. Because the guy that she was in the text, just imagine, man, if you started messing with a girl and she's always kind of being like super classy with you. She don't say no freaky shit like that to you. You know, you're kind of the guy that she settled for. And then all of a sudden say like this story break and you're hearing her do all this like talking freaky to the guy. Like, oh man, I'm gonna blow you. I'm gonna do this and this. And she just like, she ain't giving you none of that. You imagine how much that would feel like. So it sounds like the guy that she's probably with, if this stuff just came out that recently, because she was like, this was like 2021, and then she got married in like 22. Just for it to happen that quick to get married, that dude was pedestalizing her to wrap that up that quick. And she jumped into that one. But that dude right before that, that's probably the guy that she still actually had them like feelings for, because she was like damn near spiraling out of control. Like I said, she was kind of obsessed with the dude. So yeah, I know that husband got to be feeling like shit. And if he ain't, goddamn it, something's wrong with you, boy. But yeah, that's fucked up. Cause yeah, I was like, man, if I was somebody and I saw some text messages and my girl wasn't talking to me all like freaky like that, and I seen that, I'll be out. I'll be having no paperwork on that day. I'm like, oh, I ain't about to be the settle guy. Fuck that. Like, here you go. Here's your walking papers. Beat it. Like, I'll be up out of there. But all right, we'll go ahead. We'll close this one out. Yeah, and definitely a crazy story. Shit, she should have. That's why, man, you can't maneuver sloppy, man. Your past will come up, especially if you start getting big. People gonna put your information out there. I don't know why people be lying, especially when she was like lying about the degrees. It's like, man, you getting a little too big. Because I'll say, man, she was a big content creator, so somebody go put that information out. So that girl she was probably talking to greasy on that phone. She was like, oh, she's popping on YouTube now. Bet She's like, let me send these screenshots out here. She was talking about she gonna suck my man dick and do all this stuff. I got her. That's why you don't ever talk crazy, man. Somebody call you up, you just, hey, this is not, I don't know who you talking about. You better play dumb on that phone. You don't be bucking back and talking shit. Oh, I'll do this and this. You better like lie and be like, look, man, you sloppy. That guy that was on there, she should have called him up and be like, hey, you sloppy. I ain't fucking with you no more. And that. But she got that ego, man. That's what I told you. Her ego was like, nah, I'm gonna talk shit back. And that lady was like, all right, I got you.
Yeah, I think probably now it's like if I was in that situation, like probably just ask like a viewer. I probably would write a comment, right, just to see if I would be like one of the people, right, that she'll really give a call to, and to that lead to like an argument. Man, I will stream that so bad, but
Nah, she probably done with all that now. She like, shit, I need to fall back. Too many people done got. You would have caught her like early when this broke. Oh yeah, she probably would hit you back. She'd be like, this motherfucking M3, like, you probably would start spitting some game though.
yeah, I mean, it's coming up.
You be like, how much bread you got? Baby girl, you ready to, you willing to pay my bills? Fly me out then. I saw them text messages when you talking to homeboy shit. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.